Do people in Canada have cable, like other people?
We keep this up in the playoffs. I don't care.
And at Chili's. Is it a Chili's? At Kyle's?
Achilles.
Finally.
You don't know that?
Fuck you! Get this guy the fuck out of here!
Alright, well, coming in at number 5, I got Anthony Stolars.
Now! Jets are winning the cup!
Thank you for watching and listening. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the NordCast. It is Tuesday, December 9th, 2025. I am your host here, Nordic97, joined with Kata and just Carter for today. Carter, how we doing?
You know what? We're doing all right. I am bruised up and beat up literally all over my body right now. Hockey has taken an absolute toll on me as of late. No idea. You know, I didn't think I could bruise this easily, but I guess here we are. But either way, man, I'm excited to get this show on the road. Got a lot of talk about. My Winnipeg Jets are on the docket today, so I'm excited to get to that. Not actually fully excited, but I'm excited to, you know, give the State of the Union my opinions here because things are not good.
I do want to ask this because this is your first time on since it happened, but how was your Philly trip, big guy? You went to
It was good. It was a lot of fun. There was a lot of things that went down there. So like we get off the plane into Philly, and me and my buddy, we did research, but we thought that the Motel 6 that we were staying in was a lot closer to the airport than it actually was. It was like a 40-minute walk. And so around like a highway too, I think. So we didn't realize that. And so we end up walking around for like 40 minutes. We can't figure out how to even get started here. And it's like, all right, let's just move on here. And so we move over we call an Uber to get to this place. We go to check in. They take 10 minutes to even get to us. There's no one at the front desk. So that's already like negative points. Then as soon as someone comes to us, gets our stuff, we go up into this room. I start hearing like these weird noises coming from one of the rooms. I don't know what it was, but it was really weird.
What?
And then we get into our room, just a crazy waft of just cigarette. That's it. That's all you can smell as soon as you step in. Thankfully, I'm still recovering from being sick from before, but before that trip, I was sick and like I couldn't smell. So thankfully, it wasn't as bad for me, but I could still smell it, and it was still horrible. So I can only imagine how I was going for my buddy. But then we sit on the beds, and Nordic, when I tell you concrete was probably softer, I mean it. Concrete was probably softer than those mattresses. Like it was absolutely ridiculous. So we sit down and we're trying to figure out what we're doing. I'm texting my dad, telling him like all this shit. I'm like, man, this is crazy. My buddy looks over at the wall. He looks at me and he goes, dude, is that blood on the wall? And I sent literally every bad thing that was there into the group chat. It was ridiculous. There was blood on the walls. There was like, I don't even know what was in the bathtub. There was stains in the bathtub, on the curtain, on the towels, on the bedding. There were stains. There were 2 dead bugs in my bed. I know me scratching my neck makes you think I have bed bugs. Don't worry, I don't. It's been too long. I would have known. And then on top of that, there was a burnt cigarette in the mattress. And on top of that, both mattresses were stained. So
I would have gotten the hell out of there instantly.
So we ended up, we're like, okay, let's go get food and we're going to figure this out later. We go the wrong way to leave, right? Because it was all like fenced in. So we go around to the back side of the building. Thank goodness we did. Because had we not gone around to the backside of the building, we would not have seen 2 cop cars and 2 ambulances going into a hotel room. So that was our sign. It's like, okay, we got to get out of here. So we went to Wawa. Honestly, I had what I have. I think I had like a panini. It was pretty good. I had a panini. It was pretty good.
Bro had
pee. Yeah.
Bro had pee.
And then my buddy had like a rice bowl. He said he hated it. He was not a fan of that.
I'm not big of the rice bowls.
Yeah, I probably should have asked you like what's kind of the go-to, but we were also kind of figuring out how we were going to survive. So we get back to the room. We have a new hotel. My dad booked it. And so we go, I call an Uber. We get out. We're like, hey, look, man, we're not staying here. Like, there's blood on the walls. The sheets are dirty. There's bugs. Like we're not staying here. And he's like, all right. And so, like, obviously this has happened before because he didn't try and, like, offer us anything else. And, like, it was just ridiculous. So we end up calling an Uber. We get out of there. And what'd we do? And then we end up going to the new hotel. So it was a Days Inn in, like, downtown Philadelphia, right? I don't know exactly. It was near your convention center. It was kind of right around there. So I don't know if that, yeah, I don't know if that, like, narrows the area down for you, but we were staying around there.
Kind of.
Okay, good. And so we try to get in, and as we get out of this Uber, there's 15 homeless people out in front of this hotel because I guess there's, like, a shelter right next to it. Yeah, exactly. And so it was one of those doors where, like, you need a key card to get in, or someone has to walk out for you to get in. So thankfully, someone walked out right as we got to the door. So we get up to the front desk, and someone's in front of us, so they're talking or whatever. Me and my buddy are just, like, standing there, and we're like, dude, if we don't get in here, like, we're kind of like, we're screwed. And so
you should have messaged me. You can come up Uber an hour up to my house, and we let you stay here.
Yeah, no, dude, wow. That Uber would have been that Uber would have been like $70. I'm not doing that. Like, wow. I love you and everything, but dude, I'm not paying $70 to
come
like
down Thursday. I could have came and got you. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you totally could have, but you know, that's whatever. But anyways, so we get to the front finally, and go lady. I'm like, hey, I got a reservation here for Carter. She's like, okay, yeah. She's like, she's some ID. I'm like, oh fuck, I guarantee this is gonna be 21 or over because I'm only 20 years old, right? So hand her my thing, scans my ID. Oh no. All my worst fears are coming to life. I'm like, dude, we just left this Motel 6. That was literally our only place to stay. I'm like, oh my gosh, we're so screwed. And so I'm like, look, is there like anything you can do? She's like, no, I'm sorry. Like, it's, I guess you guys have a state law about that where
21 and over.
Yeah, so stupid, honestly, because like, what is like, here's my thought. I'm going to get back to like finishing this story here, but like, here's my thought with it is like, if I'm under the age of 21, I feel like that's better, right? Because it's not like I can get into bars. I can't drink anything. Like I can't do anything. So what am I going to do to your hotel room? I'm going to be off of nothing. It makes no sense to me, but whatever. You guys have your state laws. I'll let you have it, right? So
I didn't make them.
Yeah, that's fine. So we're waiting in the lobby because I'm like, okay, we got to just find something. So we're figuring out things, and it's like, I found one that was 18 or and under. I can't remember how far it was.
Under?
Or, sorry, 18 and over.
What?
Sorry.
Whoa!
I meant like you didn't have to be 21.
Yes, I know what you meant, but whoa!
Yeah, holy fuck, that's a bad one. Anyways. Anyways, so my dad ends up calling the Days Inn that we were trying to get into that we technically weren't allowed in. And so I don't know what strings he pulled, but basically along the lines of we're stranded, we have nowhere else to go. And we end up getting a room there. So I guess by me putting us out into the world, I'm probably screwing the Days Inn. But I mean, look, thank you so much to the person who knows that they let a 20-year-old and a 19-year-old into their Days Inn. So we ended up having a good night's sleep as soon as we figured that out, but just a stressful first day. And then, hold on, that was the first day. Nothing else really stressful happened except for in Philly. Actually, I got two other stories for you, but I'm going to do my Washington one at the end because we got to get into some hockey here. But in Philly, we did like one of the hop on, hop off bus tours.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, so we ended up hopping off at the Rocky statue. And I guess they're filming some like docu-series on how Rocky was made or whatever. Yeah, at least I think, because I saw a clip of it. No. We weren't in it. But they had like everything around there blocked off, right? So they couldn't drop us off where they would normally drop us off. So they drop us off like a little bit of ways from it. And they're like, hey, just come back here. Next bus will be here in 20 minutes. Okay, cool. So we do all our stuff at the Rocky statue. We probably take like a half hour. We walk out and there's a bus that goes past. So it's like, we missed the bus. That's okay. Like, it didn't look the same as the bus that we had. It might have been different, but we hop on, or we don't hop on, sorry. It passes and we're like, okay, like, we'll just wait 20 minutes. No big deal. So we're waiting 20 minutes and we don't see a bus. Nothing. We wait another 20 minutes. Still don't see a bus. We're at 40 minutes at this point. And it's like, okay, I don't know what to do here. Like, this bus is not coming. Clearly they changed their route. So they forgot us for like an hour and no bus was coming. So we ended up having to walk all the way to the next stop, which I think was a museum of some sort. I don't remember which one. But we ended up getting on that one and then everything just kind of smoothed out the way it was. But that was Philadelphia. I'll tell you my Washington story after. It's pretty good.
It would have been, you brought up the Rocky documentary thing. It would have been hilarious if they came up to you and was like, how has Rocky impacted the city of Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Carter's like, I don't know. I just got here.
Yeah, exactly. How does this affect LeBron's legacy?
Yeah, literally. Okay, getting into the hockey talk. That was a great story, Carter.
Thank you.
We got not a ton like overall to talk about, but the things we do have to talk about, they're like a big things to discuss. The first one's not that big, but Pete DeBoer and the Los Angeles Kings. There was a rumor on Friday last week that Pete DeBoer, after we uploaded our episode, was going to sign with the Los Angeles Kings. Cam Robinson put a report out, and apparently things were getting closer and closer to that becoming a real fruition. Now, a couple hours went on. We didn't really hear much about it. We didn't really hear anything about it. And then Pierre LeBrun apparently asked Ken Holland. Holland said there was, quote, zero truth to that rumor and that he has a lot of faith in Jim Hiller and the overall LA coaching organization and the guys they have going on there. So LA obviously is in a good spot in the standings mostly. As Jack would say, I wish Jack was here to talk about this because he played them twice in like 3 days. They play a very, quote, boring style of hockey that is exhausting to watch, but also exhausting for the players. And if they were to fire Hiller and bring in DeBoer, just a hypothetical, Carter, what would be your thoughts?
I mean, I think that we'd start to see their struggling players start to perform, right? Like, yeah. I think that the main one that has been popping up a lot recently has been Philip Deneau. He doesn't have a goal yet. He has played, they're at 28 games, so he's probably played like 25 games or so, and he has 5 assists.
Yep.
Right? Like, no goals. That's not the Philip Deneau that every single hockey fan knows. Right? Like, this guy played very well against Edmonton last off season or postseason, sorry. And he was good in the regular season too. Like, this is not the Deneau that hockey fans know at all. And I think that, this style of hockey, I think, has gotten them to a pretty solid spot. But I mean, man, if you're not putting up points, like, it's not good. They're at 76 goals on the season. The Vancouver Canucks have more goals than them.
Yeah. They
have 2 more goals than the Nashville Predators, 4 more than the Calgary Flames. This is, it's unacceptable, honestly, for a team that's 3rd in the Pacific.
And Carter, you look at their overall record. What's really getting them 3rd in that Pacific Division?
Yeah, it's overtime.
Yeah, overtime's kind of getting them into
overtime.
Yeah.
They got 7 of them, which is like we can use as a thing, but then you look up one spot above them and it's like, Vegas has 8, right?
Yeah, I get that, but like,
yeah, no, I hear you too. Like, it's a mix of both things, and I mean, yeah, I mean, they're getting themselves to overtime, they're getting themselves in close games, which I mean is great and all, but when you're at with losses, a 13-15 record, like totaling the losses, you got to get some scoring somewhere, man. And it's got to come from your stars, and it's also got to come from, like you need your lower down guys to do something too, right? Like it takes everybody.
They have
And-
one player with 10 goals. One player with 10 goals on the whole team.
Kempe's getting close.
Kempe has 9, yes, and he's the closest one
Yeah.
besides that. But you have one guy with 10 goals in December. What the hell? And you're somehow third in the Pacific. That's insane to me. It's insane. They don't have offense at all. It's very hard to watch. Again, that's why I've avoided live streaming them, because they're just so hard to watch. Like, I mean, there's really no other way to say it. Yeah, I mean, DeBoer, I think, would have made the offense better. He would have changed the style of play, but it's hard to do that mid-season. It's hard to change a style that a team is playing midway through the year. That's very difficult.
It is very difficult, but it can work out for sure. I mean, you look at last year when Jim Montgomery came in, right? Like, I know St. Louis wasn't doing good, right? But still, mid-season coaching change, boom, what happened? They went on an absolute heater, right? So there's always ways that you can make it work if everyone's able to buy into the system, like, right away. Like, if players, like, this might not be true, but let's say players are unhappy with the style of hockey that they're playing right now, right?
Yeah.
You take a look at them not being bought into this system. If an offensive-minded coach comes in and is like, hey, we're going to get you guys back on track here. Like, we're going to put up points. We're going to score. We're going to play an offensive style of hockey that the league hasn't seen in a little bit, right? Like, you guys have not seen it in a while. Players would buy into that, because as much as they probably like to win, they've lost more than they've won. And that's an unfortunate reality for them, right? And when it comes down to that, you need offense to win hockey games. Defense wins championships, I get that. But when you got one guy who's scoring 10 goals so far through almost 30 games into the year, I kind of gotta figure something out. And they're getting points. Like, they got a lot of guys who are above, who are at double-digit point per game. How many guys they got? They got 11 double-digit point getters, which is great. We're going to talk about a team in a little bit here who doesn't, but they got 11 guys at a point per game, or not a point per game, at
they're somehow
at double-digit at double-digit points.
Who's scoring their goals? Ghosts? Like, yeah, I know. It's funny too, because we're having this conversation like after they just blew the hell out of Chicago 6-0. Sorry.
Oh,
guys.
dude, that game was bad.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how we're having this conversation after that. But yeah, I mean, like, it really does feel like LA went through that rebuild, and it feels like they're ready to go back into another one. Like, that's what I look at the Kings, and that's what I've been looking at them for years. I hope that maybe, and I feel like maybe Jim Hiller's the issue, but I hope maybe if they get out of this playing style, they can start scoring some more goals. But I mean, if they get into the playoffs, then hey, I guess that's what works for them. Also, give credit where it's due. Darcy Kemper, who was a Vezina finalist last year, 9-14 this year in 20 games played. He's been absolutely awesome.
He's been so good.
Yeah, gotta give credit where it's due to him. So that's the DeBoer and the LA Kings. Now we're going to talk about Team Canada and the World Juniors this time around. So, Carter, I know you're a big guy with the World Juniors and you love it. And Team Canada today released their camp invites. I'm going to put them on screen right now, so maybe you don't have to look them up to your side. But here is the full roster for Team Canada. They went with obviously 15 forwards, 9 defensemen, 3 goaltenders. Carter, if you want to go through that forward core real quick, mention some of the notable guys. We'll obviously you can look up the roster yourselves, but we'll go over the guys that are important here. I
mean, yeah, like you look at like just those first 3 names: McKenna, Misa, Martone. I mean, Misa, he hasn't done, as much as, some people kind of thought he would coming straight out, right? But, I mean, he was so dominant in juniors last year, and he's already playing up at an NHL with an NHL and professional club, right? So it's great to see him there. Gavin McKenna, he's kind of struggling in the NCAA right now. He's not putting up, the points that everyone thought he was. He's not really in the running for a Hobie Baker right now, but
he is over a point per game and leads freshman.
He's still playing great. He's still playing great as an 18-year-old in in the NCAA. So good stuff out of him. Porter Martone is absolutely lighting it up for Michigan State right now. And I mean, if that's the top line that they end up coming out with, that is absolutely ridiculous. Like that team is going to be nasty.
Oh yeah.
On top of that, you look at there's a full Utah line that can happen. I think it's Tisha Ginla,
I love that.
Denoye, and who's the last one? Is it O'Brien? No.
Why am I blanking?
I saw it earlier.
Bowdoin, and why am I blanking? This is my team. Oh my god. Oh, Tisha Ginla. What am I doing? Tisha
No,
Ginla.
I already said Tish.
Denoye, Bowdoin, and Ginla.
Oh, it's Bowdoin. Okay. Yeah.
My bad.
Cool. Yeah,
Love
so
it.
we could be seeing a full Utah line, which I think would be great for the state of Utah hockey. I think that'd be very exciting, and it'd get them tuning into a lot of Canada World Junior games just to see that line. I mean, I think that it would be unbelievable too. The skill of Tige, the size of Denoye and Bowden as well. He's been amazing. Carter Bear, I think he's sneaky underrated. I love the way this guy plays so much. So he's pretty sick too. Luchenko is probably going to play a fourth line role the same way he did last year, right? I think he kind of thrived in that PK role. He had a goal too, which was pretty exciting. So, or maybe it was an assist. I can't remember. Last year's World Juniors is a blur to me. But the rest of this forward core is amazing too. Michael Haig, I think, will give a run for people's money to try and make this team, but I don't know exactly who I'd cut. I think that'll be something that I kind of think of in a while, but it's not one that I'm touching right now because
it's gonna be interesting who they cut. Honestly, with that forward core, like there's not a lot of guys who were really snubbed from it, in my opinion. Like this feels like a way less controversial list. Like the only thing is like there could be guys who do join this roster that are in the NHL right now and maybe aren't invited to camp. A couple examples: Sam Dickinson's one that I thought of. Ben Kindle. I'm not saying those guys would come over, but like Canada is leaving a few roster spots open for NHLers to come over if they would like for this. I doubt it for most of them, though. I think the only guys who are going to come over are the loans, like Misa, Perek, Brunek. I don't see any guys who are in the NHL right now. I don't see any of them coming over.
I don't. The only guy that I could maybe see would be Dickinson.
Dickinson maybe.
Kindle's playing too big of a role in Pittsburgh right now to kind of move. And I haven't really watched a lot of Dickinson, so I don't know what his like ice time kind of is, but I feel like he
has been playing regularly.
He has? Okay.
I don't really know, honestly. Like I don't really see that happening. I think a lot of these guys would rather play in the NHL. But I get like Misa, Perek. Perek's been really misused in Calgary a little bit. Misa there too. Like I think again, like there's not a lot of guys who didn't make it. Guys who did not get invites that I can name you off the top of my head. Marek Vonneker, Saka Boisvert, Justin Carbonneau, Caden Ledstrom, and Roger McQueen are the guys who did not.
I was shocked about McQueen for sure.
Yeah, and then Ethan Belshitz as well, who is a prospect in this year's draft. He did not get invited either, and that's works,
which is fair. I'm looking at the comment on this, and Berkeley Catton too. He would have been sick, man.
Yeah, Catton's another one as well, but I don't think he's going to get released either. He's actually not that
he won't.
So
it'd be nice if we could get Beckett Seneca. That'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah, if only you guys invited him last year.
Oh my gosh,
this year.
Yeah, that's a win. I mean, dude, could you imagine if like the NHL just took a break and then like all the guys who are under 20 could just come to like these tournaments? I feel that'd be absolutely hilarious. Canada would be stacked every year.
Oh yeah, they would destroy it. They would win every year. Or not.
It's not a thing, but the D core I'm very excited about. I think that a D pairing of Keaton Verhoff and Zane Perek is going to feed generations.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah,
dude, that D pairing is going to be so nice.
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
The D core is very nice. Aitchison and Smith, I think, will be very nice as well. And then I don't know who that third pairing is going to be, but I think Smith and Aitchison should make it as the second pairing for sure. And then the goaltending, I think it'll probably be Carter George because we had him last year and we just didn't really, do much with him. We didn't really give him good defense at all or offense to give him a break. And so I think Carter George will be good this year too. So, I'm excited for World Juniors. It's my favorite time of year. I honestly sometimes prefer it over the NHL playoffs. There's nothing better than best on best, especially under 20.
Yeah, absolutely. I look at that defensive core, Aitchison, big hitter, looking forward to him. Ben Danford will be a good one. Seeing guys like Verhoff and Reed, really getting like a full like profile of those guys, which are two of the better players in the class for this upcoming draft. I'm really excited for Gavin McKenna too, obviously. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, the goaltending, I don't know if you mentioned that. I really don't have any problems with it either. Those are three guys that I expected, honestly. Like Ivan Kovac has been great in Michigan. I saw him this year live. He's awesome. Ravensburgen has been good too. Yeah, I mean, this is like looking at previous rosters, especially last year when they didn't invite Misa or Perek or Seneca, which looked like worser and worser decisions as the days go on, with Seneca just dominating the NHL right now. This is one of the lesser controversial Team Canada rosters I've seen in like a year or two.
Yeah, I think that they literally took the best players and asked them to come.
That's what you should do in these freaking tournaments. Take the best players. Why are we trying to go a different approach?
It's crazy that we have to ask that.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Like that's ridiculous.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's absolutely insane. So anything more on that Team Canada roster? I'm assuming Team USA's will be out soon.
I thought they already released it.
Oh, they might have, and I just missed it like an idiot. But if it does come out this coming week, me and Jack are recording an episode on Thursday that will come out on Friday. So 2 NordCast episodes this week. We're pretty excited about that. Yeah, maybe we'll do that more often. Maybe we'll just split Carter and Jack off, and we'll just do, 2 different ones. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, that sounds awful. So we're going to get into Winnipeg here in just a moment, but I do have something that just broke as we were recording, and I do want to bring this up. It involves the Olympic rink. The Olympic rink in Milan. Carter, what do you know about the Olympic rink in Milan?
It's shorter.
It is shorter. So the IIHF confirmed the ice surface for the Milan Olympics and that it will be shorter than a typical NHL building, which is 196.85 by 85.3 feet. And they defended the decision by the Olympics to shorten the rink. They said, quote, "The differences in rink specifications are insignificant and should not impact either the safety or quality of game play." So, Carter, we're both hockey players. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I honestly, I don't know.
I think if the rink is smaller, doesn't that make it more prone for injuries, having less time to react to plays?
Mm-hmm. But it's just a neutral zone that's a little bit shorter, and I think that it definitely makes a difference. But they've played on it over in Europe, like when they go on these like I'm pretty sure Nashville and Pittsburgh played on a little bit smaller one too, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think it's a bad idea to have it that smaller, but they're defending it. I mean, like, again, they're supposed to meet this week about it. I really do wonder whether or not they would just decide to not go. And if they don't go, that's a complete disaster, honestly. But we'll see what happens. I did want to bring that up real quick.
Yeah. It'd be bad.
Okay. So speaking about Winnipeg, the Jets have not been very good. 14-13-1. They're a game above 500, actually, or Gary Bettman 500. They have 29 points. They are 26th in the NHL, and they are 2 points out of a playoff spot as of right now. So for those who don't know, Winnipeg at this time last year, I mean, Carter, I don't know if you remember, but they were pretty good around this time, right? They were pretty good around this time.
They were.
They're pulling up I'm pulling up their exact record as of right now. They were 29-0 at this point last year with 40 points. So I do want to say this. Connor Hellebuck is out. He is. I think that's a factor, obviously. But I want to give Carter a chance here to explain what is going on with Winnipeg. Then we're going to watch a video from our friend Mike Barner.
And I'm going to interrupt them a lot.
A lot.
Okay. First thing. Bad contracts. Started off. Jonathan Taves, $2 million, right? I think that should have just been his base. I don't know why we gave him $5 million in bonuses. This guy hadn't played hockey in 3 years. What were we doing? Okay, that's first thing. Second thing, Tanner Pearson. Look, man, I don't know where you get off with 5 points in 26 games. No, we're not doing that. I don't care that you're $1 million. We need you to play better, especially when you're getting third line. Gustav Nyquist, score 6 assists, and we're paying you 3.25. Yeah, awesome, great. Look, Scott Arniel. What are these lines, dude? They released new lines today. I thought that Puckpedia was glitching. Dude, this is bad. Kyle Con. So let me go to this real quick. Here are the stats.
I can pull it up. Where is the line at? Is this
you could go on Puckpedia. You could go on Daily Faceoff shows it too. But here's what I'm gonna say.
Here, is this it? Is this the right one?
Yeah. That's it there. Awesome. Great, right? Awesome. Love lines, okay? Lines are cool.
Empire. Shout out to Jets Empire. I love them.
They are top 3 in points are Mark Scheifele, Kyle Connor, and Gabe Vilardi, okay? You're 36 for Scheifele, 35 for Connor, and 25 for Vilardi, right? I get Vilardi is not putting up points at the same rate as Kyle Connor, Mark Scheifele, but he's not exactly supposed to, right? Like that's not fully his game. But he's a first-line guy. He helps build the rest of that lineup, right? And the top unit has been killing it. Why are we changing the top line? They have been the only line to have scored for Winnipeg this year, and it is embarrassing. Embarrassing looking at the stats. It is so bad. I talked about LA having like less goals than whatever, Calgary, Vancouver, whatever. They have more double-digit point getters. This is embarrassing.
Perfetti on the third line.
Oh my gosh, dude. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6. The former top line for the Winnipeg Jets contributed on how many is that? How many? 71 on 96 points. 96 from your top line. And we're switching it. What are we doing? Listen, I love Alex Iafallo. I think he's a great player. And I think that him being on the 4th and 3rd line is a waste of his talent. He is much better than that. He does not deserve to be on a checking line on the 3rd line. He does not deserve to be on our crappy 4th line that is sometimes skilled, but sometimes isn't, depending on who we put in the lineup. He is a 2nd line player through and through, and I will stand by that till the day I die. But he is not taking Gabe Vilardi's spot. No chance. No chance. I'm sorry. I think that is stupid. Second thing, Adam Lowry is not a 2nd line player. I'm sorry. He's great for our checking line. He is not that guy. I'm sorry. He is not. It so stupid. So stupid. Nino Niederreiter, he's playing great. I have nothing bad to say about Nino Niederreiter. We're paying him to do what he is. He's at 15.6 goals, 28 games. He's playing good. We're paying him $4 million. Do not have a problem with him being on the 2nd line. I would prefer a different line. I gotta take a quick.
I find it crazy how 2 of your acquisitions are down at the very bottom, and rightfully so because they've been bad. But those are 2 of your guys that you acquired this year that were big, and they're both on the 4th line. And
they were supposed to be good, right? And so that's all I'm going to say about that. Now, if you did not sign these guys, right? You're not paying Jonathan Taves. Right now, if you buy him out, you're costing yourself $6 million. You can't buy him out this year. You're just going to have to live with this mistake that you made because you brought him in here to be a leader in the playoffs, and we're not going to make the playoffs because you gave him $5 million in bonuses.
Yeah, before you go into it more, I want to play the Mike Barner video because he's saying a lot of things that you're pointing out. Let's hop into this here. It's a 4-minute long video talking about Kevin Cheveldayoff and his moves and the past 18 months, I believe, year and a half. Carter, I do want to say this. Like, overall, Cheveldayoff has had a good tenure. And I think even Barner said that in this video. But the last 18 months, man, it's been a train wreck, as he said. So we're going to play the video here. And whenever Carter just wants to say something and give his thoughts, he's just going to raise his hand.
It's gonna happen a lot.
I'll pause the video. Okay, here we go.
By saying that Kevin Cheveldayoff's overall tenure with the Winnipeg Jets has been a smashing success. He's been there for like 15 years, has turned them into somewhat of a consistent playoff team in a very hard, small market to win in. And now that that's out of the way, he has arguably been one of, if not the worst general managers in the entire NHL the last 9 months. And as a result, the Winnipeg Jets window is rapidly closing, and he kind of embodies everything wrong with these old head general managers. Let's talk about it. Because, up first, it starts at the 2025 NHL trade deadline when the Winnipeg Jets were first in the entire NHL. And what did they do at that deadline? They traded for guys in their mid-30s that are physical and hit in Luke Schenn and Brandon Tanev. And it's not even like they got these guys for cheap. They traded a second and a fourth-round pick for Luke Schenn and a second-round pick for Brandon Tanev. Yes, I know that they're not offensive players, but they did not contribute. And if
Okay. Carter raised his hand. You can just do this, by the way. That's easier.
Oh, I can physically raise? Okay, sorry. I thought you wanted me to do it.
Notice it. I was like, okay, all right. What's your first thought here, Carter?
Okay, first of all, I completely agree with what he's saying there. I think that we massively overpaid for both those guys. It was so stupid of us. I don't know why we didn't use our first-round pick last year and go out and get a stud. I swear I said that last year, too. Like, I don't know why we didn't do it. We didn't buy at the deadline. We didn't offer enough to go get some of these big-time names, even if, whatever, even if we ended up in the same spot as we got eliminated in last year, we can say we tried. You did not try with that trade deadline. You gave up a second-round pick to Brandon Tanev, and he walked. He did nothing. He's going to talk about his points here in a little bit, where he had 0 points. And he's completely right. We paid a second-round pick for a guy who spent 18 minutes in the box, I'm pretty sure is what that says. 18 minutes in the penalty box is worth a second-round pick in the NHL? 18 minutes in the penalty box, no points, -2. It's not worth a second-round pick. Looking at what Ryan O'Reilly is going for this year, where he's going to be a first and a prospect, I would have given up a first and one of our prospects to get Ryan O'Reilly last year, or even this year. I'd consider it. With how we're playing right now, we have to buy at this point. Like, something has to change, because he's exactly right. Our window's closing fast, and we didn't do enough at the deadline last year. Anyways, we can continue.
Ethan hurt the team in the playoffs. Luke Schenn, 1 point, a -8, 32 penalty minutes, and
Rose below Connor Hellebuck and Eric Comrie.
Brandon Tanev as a forward, straight to seg.
Do you know how hard that is to do?
The thing is, although Winnipeg is a hard market to get players, they were able to go out and get impact guys. It didn't end up working to such a degree in 2024, but they went out and traded their first-round pick for Sean Monahan and a second and third-round pick to get Tyler Toffoli. But instead, he just got a number.
I'm raising my hand here too. I don't understand why they didn't go out and trade away or go all in last year. Like they went in the year before. But not the last year. Why?
I don't know. We gave up a second and a third and got Tyler Toffoli. We gave up a second and a fourth, and somehow it's Luke Schenn. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense. It like literally 0 sense. Oh my gosh, dude. It's so frustrating.
In a fourth liner that's
what they did. And a straight up second is Brandon Tanev, when if you give up one more, you get Sean Monahan, a second line player. That's what we needed last year, was a second line. We didn't need a third line. We didn't need a fourth line. They were good. We needed second line. Oh, I'm going to get a headache from this. And we're just talking about last year. We haven't even gotten to this year yet.
Oh, brother.
barely contributed and maybe even hurt the team, still for 2 second-round picks and a 4th-round pick. Luke Shen isn't even a rental. He's making $2.75 million this season as well to play 13 minutes a night and actively hurt the team. Like, I would have respected them just doing absolutely nothing at the deadline compared to these two moves that we knew in the moment was an overpay. Of course, in the playoffs, they actually did get out of the first round, thankfully, and lost in 6 games to the Dallas Stars, a team that was hyper-aggressive that season. Not saying Winnipeg could have landed Mikko Rantanen, but yeah, those deadline moves we know was not enough to get them over the hump. Not saying they would have if they traded for a better player, but we know what happened. And this summer, they had the biggest pending unrestricted free agent that actually hit the market in Nikolai Ehlers. I'm not even going to criticize Cheveldayoff for not re-signing Nikolai Ehlers. I don't know the exact specifics of what he was asking for, how much term, how much AAV, if it was even more than the Carolina Hurricanes gave him. And at the end of the day, Ehlers only had 21 points in 45 career playoff games with the Winnipeg Jets, but I will criticize him for who he brought in basically with that money. They went out and signed Jonathan Toews and Gustav Nyquist, 2 old, slow forwards that are going to be making around the combined $8 million once Toews hits his games played.
$8 million.
Yeah. So let's.
I'm going to read off their points here real quick.
Oh, you don't have to. I can do it off the top of my head. Nyquist has 6 apples, and Jonathan Toews has 6 apples, but he's got 3 goals. So 15 points
for $8 million.
For $8 million so far. It'll probably get better, but I know you don't like the on pace stat, but I'm going to use it here. Yeah, right now, they're on pace for 45 points for $8 million.
Christ.
Yeah.
Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Not good. Not good. Not good at all. Again, I think I understand, with Toews, if it was just a $2 million base salary, I think it would have been okay. Fair deal.
And
I also don't want to pressure Toews that much because he also hasn't played hockey in 3 years. But
that's why I'm completely criticizing Chevy.
But that can't be your only acquisition, pretty much. He's actually performing the best out of all the other guys you got. He can't be your only one, though. He can't be.
Bonus. Jonathan Toews right now, despite maybe making up to $5.5 million this season after bonuses, only has 9 points in 25 games, and no, he has not been good defensively. And Gustav Nyquist, a mainly all-offense winger, has 0 goals, 6 assists, and 6 points, and the writing was on the wall here.
Wow, those points haven't changed at all since this video was made.
27 points
left. And you know what's else crazy?
Summer, the Dylan Sandberg contract negotiations were kind of a mess. They ended up settling on 3 years at $5.75 million, walking him to unrestricted free agency at 29 years old, where they're going to have to absolutely pay up. He did get Kyle Connor extended, but in my opinion, this isn't some kind of discount deal. 8 years, $12 million for a guy that I don't think is on the tier of some of the guys making.
Yeah, I think we said that too when that deal happened. It wasn't a bad deal, but it also wasn't a massive steal either. I think it was definitely less than what he would have got open market this year, especially with how he's been playing. So I think that the deal's going to look a little bit better. I think it'll look a little bit better now. So I mean, but he's not wrong. I think you go into last year, open market, he'll probably get 13.5, 14 maybe, right? I don't think he's on the same wavelength as some of those guys who, got more than him, but yeah.
We'll go through this money. Now, one of their young prospects, Brad Lambert, who I'm not going to act like is some kind of blue chip, and should be playing 15, 16 minutes a night at the NHL level. Apparently, he wants out. This has been a trend with a lot of the Winnipeg draft picks since.
Yeah, so look, I want to say this. I don't even think Lambert is even remotely close to the McGroarty situation because McGroarty didn't want to play here. Lambert, I think, does. The problem is there's no room for him. He is a center. He is a center, right, Carter? Correct?
Yeah. Yes. Okay, hold on.
What is that?
I was going to talk about this after, but I will talk about this after, but I made my ideal Jets lineup. I took over as GM, and okay, so we're going to get to that after.
Okay.
But it involves Brad Lambert, so I'm glad you brought up Lambert.
Okay, well, he brought him up. Lambert is a center. Here's the thing. Winnipeg already has a boatload of centers. And then they decided...
None of them are second liners, though!
Yeah, exactly.
Team!
Exactly. They decided to sign Jonathan Taze, who is primarily a center. I know he's on the fourth line now as a winger. That's not my point. But how they were running things, Scheifele first line, Taze second line, Lowry third line. Best case scenario, he was on the fourth line. They gave this guy no chance. They gave this guy no chance at all to play in the NHL. And part of that's on Chevy, part of that's on Arneal. They didn't give him anything. And honestly, he's down below right now in Manitoba. Call him up. Call him up. Seriously. Like, do you really want to play? And I get it. Like, I know you can't send him down. But do you really want to play Jonathan Taze at that spot over Brad Lambert, a young and up-and-coming rookie? Things are getting bad here fast. Call up some young guys. Get this team younger. They don't really have that bad of a prospect pool, and they're not using it.
2018, them just getting stuck at the AHL level and never given an opportunity. And then start this season, the cracks were starting to form. There was no depth scoring without Nikolai Ehlers, but Connor Hellebuck was kind of just keeping it together with elite Vezina level play. Now he's out. Now they're 1-4 in their last 5 and just got blown out by the Buffalo Sabres. Now we're talking about that window closing.
And then Edmonton, too.
They're one of the oldest, if not the oldest team in the entire NHL when talking about their actual core pieces. Velarde and Sandberg are like their young guys at 26, 27. That is supposed to be when a player is entering their prime. And they got guys like Hellebuck, DeMello, Lowry, Scheifele, all in their early 30s. So yeah, even if they stink this season, unless they get like a top 3 pick and a Gavin McKenna, Keaton Veroff, or Ivar Stenberg that can make an immediate impact once that draft pick is actually a serious impact guy in 3 to 4 years, a lot of these players are going to be well out of their prime. Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's the video. So I do want to say this. I mean, like a top 5 pick would be great. Getting first overall maybe.
Would be amazing.
I also do want to say this. If Connor Hellebuck was here, I think they are in a better spot than this. Somewhat better spot than this. Because Hellebuck really is like the true MVP for this team.
Yeah.
But you can't blame Hellebuck's injury for all of the poor moves and poor things that have been going on. Hellebuck is not out there scoring all the goals. Like, as much as he probably could, he's not. Seriously. And a lot of this is on Chevy, who, again, has had overall a good tenure with Winnipeg. And I will say this, and we've talked about it so much with poor destination, like Winnipeg, not the most optimal destination for players to go to, but they haven't done a good job of building a team around to even make players want to come here. Even last year, like they were first in the NHL, sure, but now after this, Jesus, man. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that you're completely right there. You can't blame Hellebuck being hurt for these poor decisions, these poor contracts, and just everything right now. Now, I brought up what I would like the Jets to do. And I'm going to go through it now. I'm going to go over my lines. Here's my ideal lines, no moves. Okay? Ideal lines, no moves, no nothing. Connor, Scheifele, Velarde. That stays the same.
Can I pull it up for the people to see?
Yeah, if you'd like to.
Where is it at?
Oh, I was literally just doing it.
Oh, okay. I was gonna pull it up on my screen.
I could probably share my screen. Hold on. Okay. So, original Jets lines here, right?
Okay.
This is how they are right now. First things first, top line back to how it was. Nothing's getting changed there. Now, Adam Lowry, you are not a second line player. Third line, Nemesnikov's back. Niederreiter, you are also not a second. Well, you could be, but I want to do this how I want to. So you're going down to the second line or third line. Tanner Pearson, you are definitely not a second line player. Cole Perfetti, you're going there. Iafallo and Perfetti can be interchangeable. I think I'll keep Perfetti on the right side, just because that's kind of where he's been a lot. Now, going with what I have here, Tanner Pearson. Get ready to learn press box, buddy. All right. Gustav Nyquist. Oh, dude, you gotta be kidding me. No, I can't buy him out mid-season. You gotta be kidding me.
You want to buy out Gustav Nyquist?
Get him off this team, dude. He is playing too crappy to be making 3.25. Okay, I guess I was doing this in the offseason, so this doesn't work anymore. But whatever, I'm gonna say my trade with how I did it, okay? Just so you know, Gustav Nyquist will not be on this team.
Okay.
And on top of that, Vladislav Nemesnikov will end up moving down to right wing 2. Next thing, Kepke. You're going down to the minors. I'm sorry. You're cool, but we're not having that. JT, you're going left wing, 4th line. Brad Lambert, you're getting the call up. Brad Lambert's getting called up, and he will be going to play right wing on the 4th line. Now, I get it's still 4th line, and that's not ideally what you want. He is a right-hand shot. So, like, honestly, if I even wanted to, I could just go Nemesnikov stays there, Lambert goes here, or do something like this. But how I made this is different. So now it's like, okay, well, we need a 2C. And that's where the Winnipeg Jets are going to go over to, as much as I said the Jets should, like, buy and, like, go out and maybe try and go get Ryan O'Reilly, I don't think the salary works, right? I think I was looking at this earlier, and the salary is, like, not gonna... hold on here. Hold on. Okay. Ideally, I would want Ryan O'Reilly. He'd be best case scenario here. However, I don't know how this is going to work. I don't know what it's going to be.
I don't think O'Reilly would want to come to Canada again, though.
Okay, fine. Then he's not going to. And then I'm going to pivot over to the guy that I actually made this trade for, Morgan Frost.
Morgan Frost. Ooh.
Look, he's been having a decent year on a crappy team. I think Morgan Frost could be a guy that comes back. Now, this now puts the Jets in a tough spot because I don't exactly know what his price is going to be. But instantly, we're going to send Nyquist over just to make the contracts work. He's on a 1-year deal. They can take him on. Now, I wonder if the Jets did this and added like a pick or something, if this would maybe work and they add like a B-level prospect. How I did it earlier was I bought out Nyquist, so I didn't have to like worry about this, and I got cap relief right away. So I don't know what draft capital would have to be involved, but like let's say Nyquist and like what, a third maybe, and like a prospect, like I don't know. Let's throw Kevin He in there.
What?
I don't know. I'm just trying to make this like as close to realistic as possible because they need young guys. And then let's say we get a 4th in return or something stupid. Okay. The picks don't matter. We're gonna submit it. Boom. Jets made the trade. Go to the depth chart, and now you look at it over here. Boom. Morgan Frost, center 2. And then of course, hang on. Let's just do. A healthy Jets lineup here is
most definitely
this.
Eric Comrie is the starter.
100%.
The backup.
And this is the Winnipeg Jets roster.
So it's basically just the same roster with Nyquist, Koep sent down, and then Lambert and Frost.
Yeah, but the lines are adjusted.
Okay.
To reflect actual changes now. And I think that if you wanted to do Lambert instead of Iafallo, I could understand it, but I wouldn't want to do that. I think Lambert and Barron would work out very well together. And the crappy thing is I don't like. It sucks having JT there because like I love JT. I think that he would be great if we were making a playoff push or something. We're not. But like ideally, I'd want to get Chibrikov up there. Like I'd want to put Chibrikov in Taves' spot, but we can't really do that.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess we got 2.3, so I could, but ideally I'd want Chibrikov to go in there to give Lambert someone with a little bit more skill than Jonathan Taves, someone who's got a little bit more speed than Jonathan Taves, right? And I think that something like this could work. But this would be Carter's ideal scenario. Ideally, I'd probably want Ryan O'Reilly and get like some retained salary because like their contracts are pretty similar, him and Frost, and I think that he would play a better two-way game as well. But if he doesn't want to come to Winnipeg, I think we got to pivot to Morgan Frost. I think he's having a good enough year to where like he'd be. Man, he's got 16 points. He'd be fifth on our team in points right now, and he's playing on crappy Calgary. You can only imagine what would happen if we had our second line have skill.
Yep.
But anyways,
who would have thought?
Who would have thought that you should get skill on your second line? Hey, we just lost Nikolai Ehlers. He was an absolute goal scorer, had super fast. He was unreal, so much speed. Let's get a guy who hasn't played in 3 years, and Gustav Nyquist.
Much better. Yes.
Up and
coming.
The Chevy Special, as they call it. The Chevy Special. But anyways, yeah. Anyways, that's what I'd want to do. That's best case scenario for Winnipeg. It'd be nice if we could keep Kevin He, but man, our window's closing, and I get it. He's 26, and giving up a prospect for a 26-year-old does kind of suck. But if the Jets want to win, it's got to happen now.
Yeah, I agree. And Morgan Frost is the answer. Okay, so we are going to move on from that then, and it's a special day today. It is our first draft for the 2026 draft for this year. So we're going to do the top 16 picks for this upcoming draft. Let's hop in. Okay, so we are back here on the trusty spreadsheet. Look at all these drafts we've been doing over the last 2 years or so. Man, look at this draft. Wow, we got a lot of things wrong in that. Anyway, so we have our 2026 NHL draft here ready to go. We're going to do the top 16 picks of the players that we think. It's not even really a draft. It's kind of like a prospect rankings because there's no teams that we're drafting. I thought we'd do it different than the other times because a lot of the time we base it off a team preference, and that's not really fair because of the fact that like those may not be the standings by the time we come into it. So I think it's right to just kind of rank these guys with the way they are, how they're playing right now, and how they're looking. So, Carter, I'm going to give it to you for the first overall pick in the 2016 draft, probably going to the Winnipeg Jets. But regardless of that, who are you selecting first overall?
First off, ouch. But second off, it's going to be the guy who's been ranked to go number one for the longest time. It's going to be Gavin McKenna. I already mentioned that he's been, not the player that everyone thought that he was going to be when getting to Penn State. And again, that does kind of suck, but I mean, he's 18 years old now. So I don't know. I think that he's still going to pick it up. He's just got to find his game. He's got to get adjusted to the new level, right? He's been dominating juniors and he kind of thought that that's how it was going to be. And I think, he's changed up his game a little bit. He's still got 14 assists through 16 games with 4 goals as well. So I still think he's been very, very good. But just not the player that we thought he was going to be coming in. So I think McKenna still at the 101 is still fine.
Gavin McKenna first overall to the Winnipeg Jets.
Yes. However, if the Jets do end up getting the 101, I think they're going to go with who's prospect 100?
Lucas Zajic is the guy that I found on my list. That's
Dylan Rosie, left wing of St. John.
Oh, yes. Probably 10 points in 20 games played. All right. Second overall will go to me. We're going to stay in the college realm here. Actually, no, we're not. I'm going to change up my answer. I was going to go with somebody else, but we're actually going to go off the board here. We're going to go to Sweden.
Yeah.
See Ivar Stenberg, second overall in this draft.
Great pick.
So I have some things I want to say here for Stenberg. And Carter, I don't know if you saw my TikTok. I made it yesterday about Stenberg and how he's a new up-and-coming Swede in this draft. So you look at Leo Carlsson, also a Swede. His numbers before the World Juniors, he had 14 points in 25 games played before the World Juniors. Stenberg has 24 in 25 games played in his draft year. He is beating out Carlsson by 10 points. Now, I'm not saying that he will be better than Carlsson because they're both different positions. But maybe. I think he's got to be second overall at least. And there's been a lot of people who have commented on my post and talked about it. He might go first overall if he keeps getting better and better. He might. I don't know though. I think it's probably still McKenna's pick.
Yeah, that's fair.
Number 3.
Number 3, I'm staying in the college world. I'm going to take defenseman here. Someone who's been underrated for, a little bit before kind of breaking out last year, and he's been very good. Right D-man, I think he's 17 years old as well. So very impressive stuff from a 17-year-old defenseman, Keaton Verhoff. He's been unreal. I don't even have anything else to say. He's been so good. Came up through where did he come out from? Saskatchewan, Kelowna? I don't know. He's come up from the rink program, all the way through and through. When he was playing U15 as a D-man, he put up 46 points in 27 games as a 15-year-old. So really impressive stuff from him. From a young age, he's played well with the Victoria Royals last year, which I think his second year with the Victoria Royals. And he put up 45 points in 63 games as a D-man. So just impressive stuff from him there. And he's carried that over into the college level. He's got 11 points in 16 games as a D-man. I'm going to keep saying it, as a D-man. He's putting up good points. So good stuff seeing there from Keaton Verhoff. And I think that his game in the NCAA will translate pretty quickly to the NHL level. He also has the same amount of goals as Gavin McKenna. So stay hot.
Yeah, by far the best defenseman here in this draft class. Do you
For
see
sure.
the shades of Cale Makar in his game?
There could be some shades, a guy in Colorado. Could be some shades of a guy in Long Island as well.
Yeah, very interesting. Verhoff, by far the best defenseman in this class. Third overall might be a crime. I'm not going to lie. I think that might be a crime comparatively.
This top 3 is so good.
Yeah, this is you get a top 3 pick, you are in for a treat.
You hear that, Chevy?
Yeah, you hear that, Chevy? Trade away everybody. Yeah, so I think, again, Verhoff is the fair pick there at number 3. Number 4, I'm up next. I'm going to go Ethan Belchitz from the Windsor Spitfires. He's a left wing. He is 6'5" with the Windsor Spitfires. So far this year, as I type Spitfires wrong, he has 27 games played, 17 goals, 12 assists for 29 points. Again, 6'5", 227 pounds. This guy is a big-sized winger. There are some people who speculated that he could be a center at the NHL level, and there's some people that just because he's 6'5", compare him to Tage Thompson. I've seen a lot of that comparison here, and he's tall enough to be him. It's not that far-fetched, but Belchitz is there at 4th overall. I think he could be up there with those guys for first overall, possibly. So that's who I have at 4th. Carter, numero 5.
Numero 5, and I am going to go back-to-back D-men here. And I am going to go with the college level again, but he's not in college. He's committed to Michigan State next season. I'm going Chase Reed at the 5. I think that he's been absolutely amazing in the OHL for the Sioux Greyhound. 33 points in 29 games as a D-man. 13 goals with it as well. So he's been very good, especially playing on a Sioux team that's been, I think, pretty solid as far as I'm aware.
Yes. So
we'll have to see. He's American too, right? So we'll see. Is he gonna be on Team USA? Or I guess you don't know. But he leads their team in points.
I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. Well, he leads the Sioux Greyhound in points, which is a pretty good sign. Especially when there's guys. Well, I guess Brady Martin hasn't played as many games, but I mean, when you look at guys like Mignosa and Charon and Travis Hayes as well, so there's some good players on that team, and he's leading the way, and so good.
That for sure.
Yeah, good on him there. So shout out to him. We'll have to see if he's going to make Team USA. Maybe I'll Google that right now while you give pick number 6.
Number 6. I am going to go down the road of somebody who has not played a lot of games but could still be ranked pretty highly, and that is Tynan Lawrence of Muskegon. Lawrence, so far this season, has been injured to kind of start the year. 7 games played, 8 goals, 5 assists, 13 points with the Muskegon Lumberjacks. He is a Boston University commit. This guy, dynamic offensive forward, again, has good size to him as well, 6 foot. He's a center, and I would argue he's probably one of, if not the best center in this class. I will say this, for this draft class, there is not a lot of centers. So Lawrence might be your best option.
Yeah. If you need a center, he's going to be the guy. But if you need defensemen, you can probably wait a little bit. There's a lot of them. Also, I would like to tell you the U.S. national team did come out with their roster, and Chase Reed is listed.
How long ago was that?
I don't know. I'm just looking on their website here.
Oh, okay.
But I feel like it came out a few days ago.
Okay, maybe I missed it. Yeah, I was planning on making a Team Canada one for YouTube. I'm like, I wonder when the U.S. one drops. I guess I missed it.
It's already out.
The idiot I am.
Yeah, they got a nice looking roster too. But we'll shout out Chase Reed. I think he'll make that U.S. team for sure. All right, it's over to me now. 7th overall pick. I'll go Ryan Lynn, defenseman from Vancouver Giants. He's been pretty good. He's being mocked at around 9th overall, surprisingly, and of course he's going to Winnipeg, apparently in the mock. He's been really good. Played for the Giants last year at 53 points in 60 games. And right now through 29 games, he's got 33 points. So he's looking like he's going to break his point record, and right now he's got the same amount of goals now as he did finishing off the season with the Vancouver Giants last year. So good stuff from him there. He's been looking pretty solid. 18 years old. Will be 19 by the time. Really? Hang on, I got to do math. Math's not my. It is my thing.
It is your thing. It's way better than my thing.
Yeah. Oh wait. So he'll be 18 by the time the draft comes around.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, Lynn, I like Lynn a lot. Doing good numbers there with Vancouver. I think he could be probably the second best defenseman in this draft. Some might argue, behind Verhoff. You could make that argument. Some people do like Reed a lot more. Well, obviously, we'll see what happens there with that.
Yeah.
He did not make Team Canada's roster. That's interesting. I see a lot of, again, like I know this is common, but you see a lot of Canada guys in here. And there's only a few of these defensemen that did make the actual team. So that is interesting. I'll go with another defenseman here. I'm going to go with Carson Carrolls. He did make the World Junior team as the 9th projected defenseman, I believe is what I saw. Carrolls is with Prince George, has 8 goals, 21 assists, 29 points, 6'2". Very good offensive and two-way defenseman. And there's a lot of that in this draft. Again, there's a lot of defensemen here who you can look upon. I think there's going to be a lot of teams who are looking for defensemen, Philadelphia, and could really use a good one here like him. I mean, a number 1 defenseman, Philadelphia. So, yeah, we'll see what happens there with that. But Carrolls gets in there at 8th overall. Number 9, Carter?
Good pick. I will go... What is hang on. Liga is a good league. Yeah. Is that like that's a top league, right?
Liga in Finland? Yes. That is that's the top league.
Okay. If it's Liga in Finland, I'm gonna go with Alberts Smits. And it is Alberts with an S on the end.
So for those who are longtime listeners of the NordCast, you will know that I am a big fan of Latvian players and Latvia as a whole. Whenever the USA wasn't playing, I'd always root for Latvia just because they were always the underdog. And this guy's a Latvian-born player, one of the top guys in Latvia as well. So I think
good stuff.
Yeah, he's in Jokerit. 6 goals, 6 assists, 12 points in 27 games played. Left shot defenseman, 6'3". I think again he's got some very entertaining qualities to his game, and I really like him. Yeah, I think that's a good pick there at number 9.
Thanks.
Number 10. I'm going to go back to the forwards here. I'm going to go with Ryan Rubrick. It sounds like I'm saying like a rubric. Ryan Rubrick. I think we're unprofessional, aren't we? He is with the Niagara Ice Dogs. 26 games played, 14 goals, 13 assists for 27 points with the Ice Dogs there right now. 6'4", big sized forward. Very entertaining from that side of his game, and a really fun player to watch here for sure with the Ice Dogs, 100%.
All right, number 11. For some reason, it feels like I'm literally just taking defensemen here.
That's what a lot of this class is.
You know what? I'm not gonna go D here. I think I'm gonna go with a center here. I'm gonna go with Caleb Malhotra. Hotra, whatever his name is. 6'2", 183, 37 points in 27 games in the OHL for the Brantford Bulldogs. He's been exciting to watch as well. He's committed to BYU. For some reason, I'm also taking guys who are committed to colleges, but I feel like that's just the new norm for what we're living in now. So he's been very good this season for sure. He's being mocked at about 15. So definitely kind of a reach, but if teams get desperate for a center, which they definitely will, I think he'll be a perfect fit for whoever ends up going to take him. But this is his first year of OHL hockey as well, so good stuff to him. He was playing in the BCHL the year before, so
yeah, good on him. Okay, so you said BYU, it's BU.
Oh, dude, I totally messed up.
BYU, what?
This guy's committed to the Mormons, man. He's going over to Utah.
Have a hockey program? No, it's Boston University he's committed to. But do they even have a hockey program?
They must. It probably is like club or something, or like ACHA.
That's a great question. I'll look that up here in a second. Yeah, they do have a team. Wow. Okay. All right. Anyway, so moving on then, I have the 12th overall pick. I'm going to go Daxon Rudolph with Prince Albert. 24 points in 27 games played in the, as I blank here for a second, in the WHL with Prince Albert. 6'2", 203 pounds, born in March of 2008. Again, this guy's ranked 10th in the draft list that I'm looking at here, and guys that I was taking an eye at. But Rudolph, why did I just type his name twice? Very good defenseman there for sure. Again, there's a lot of defenders in this class. Like, there's a lot of them. Again, we've mentioned, 5 so far? This is your year to get a defenseman. 100%. So Carter gets number 13.
Number 13. I'm going to go... no... I'm going to go with Vigo Bjork.
Yeah, Vigo Bjork is a very interesting one. He was ranked pretty high in my beginning of the season list, but he's kind of had a down start to the year. Not down, but just a slow start to the year.
Yeah, I mean, he's playing in the SHL now, which is definitely something. I mean, he's not playing on the U20 national team, which, or U20 National, whatever it is, the U20 Disjurgens IF. So, I mean, we're definitely going to see what he's about come World Juniors time, because I think there's no way this guy's not on it. So he's actually up with the big boys in the SHL. So good on him. And I mean, he's got four goals, 4 assists in 24 games. So, I mean, good stuff coming from an 18-year-old playing in the SHL, which is just really, really nice to see.
Yeah, I'm going to go at 14th overall here, Mathis Preston. That's a phenomenal name, by the way. There are some great names in this draft. There are some great names in this draft. Jack Daxon Rudolph? Come on. Ivar Stenberg? Jesus, there's some great names in this draft. But yeah, Preston's one of them. He is with the Spokane Chiefs, has 21 points, 27 games played. He is 5'11". So, and I also want to say this too, Bjork is also 5'10". So there are some guys here with some pretty short size, and we'll see how that translates over to the NHL. But again, I'm tired of having the size argument. If you're good enough to play in the NHL, you'll make it no matter what your size is. I just want to say that.
Yep.
And then Carter, with your last pick, 15th overall, who are you going with?
I don't know what it is, man, but I'm kind of big on the Swedes this year. I don't know. They got a lot of guys that are just in the top 20. I'm gonna go with Elton Hermansson. Hermansson.
Elton Hermansson. Let me look for him on my list here. Okay, yeah, I got him.
Right wing, left wing, Modo hockey. He's got 9 points in 14 games, so he's up again. Something that's nice with a lot of these Swedish guys is they're up playing with a lot of the bigger clubs, which is very nice.
See them get their experience up there.
Yeah, exactly. It's great. We're getting to see them play up against high competition. And I mean, yeah, it's not NHL competition, right? But I mean, these are still grown men that they're playing against at 18 years old, and putting up points against them no matter what is impressive stuff. So exactly. Good on these European guys who are able to go and play, in their pro league.
One last guy here at 16th overall. I'm going to go a little bit down the board here. JP Hurlbert is a forward with the Kamloops Blazers. Is actually putting up pretty good numbers in terms of WHL leaders in the draft year. I believe he actually leads a lot of these guys. He currently has 50 points in 29 games played with the Blazers, 21 goals, 29 assists. That guy could be a big riser. He is committed to Michigan, and I'm going to go with him here at my last pick. So overall,
hold on. I just want to go back to him real quick. Did you look at his stats in 22-23?
What were his stats in 22-23?
Dude, in the U14 AAA League.
Yes, I see it now.
For the Dallas Stars Elite, 75 games, 112 goals. Not points, goals. 83 assists for 195 points. Holy crap.
And he was what? 13, 14 in that year? 14?
That's ridiculous, dude.
Look at all the tournaments he played in, too. He dominated all of them. He was a point per game in every single one.
Yeah, dude, if he continues this trajectory. Wait, he played for Team Manitoba?
Wow, look at that. In the
but he's American.
Maybe he moved up to Canada. That happens sometimes.
Yeah, it's true. Dude, whoa.
All right. Yeah.
I throw my new favorite player.
Oh, JP. Yeah, I love that.
JP 101. I'm calling it. Bring him home.
Bring him to the 101. So that is our mock draft for 2026 draft, the first one. We'll probably do 2 or 3 more throughout the year. We'll do one at the Olympic break as well. But that is going to do it for this episode. We're not going to do 3 stars of the episode or power rankings because we're a little bit too early in the week and there are 2 episodes this week. So I'll do that with Jack on Friday. But let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below on all the stuff we talked about today. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching or listening to yet again another episode of the NordCast. If you enjoyed, please subscribe down below or follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you want to follow us on TikTok, we are at NordCast. If you want to follow us on Instagram or Twitter, follow at NordCast_. That'll do it for this episode. I'm Nordic. Thanks for listening from all the crew, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.